And we live. Welcome to the Dishon Show, where we have meaningful conversations to help young boys and young men realize now what we wish we knew then. I'm one of your hosts, Jay Black.
Dishon's your other host.
What it do, D-John?
New look, new feel.
Yeah.
New look, new feel, man.
Yeah, what you think? How you feel?
It's been a long time coming, man. It might not be a big shift to some people, but I bet that table served its purpose.
It did.
We're going to see what this do. And then, about 5-6 months. 5-6 months, I get the itch, man. But I'm good, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Just, you know better than anybody. I'm on that roller coaster still.
Traveling Max.
So things are starting to mellow out and settle out.
I'm sure that's welcome.
It is, man. I'm even my support system is the support legs look like they're getting a little wobbly, but you don't want to overextend yourself.
I mean, but just you didn't bring this life dealt you this.
Correct.
Yeah, so
and we just got to adjust as we roll.
Life deals, we deal.
Which, interesting enough, it led right into what we're going to be talking about.
Is it really interesting anymore? I mean,
that's the norm.
And we like, share, and subscribe, that part.
Yeah, like, share, subscribe.
Yeah, but we don't actually plan. And I don't know if that turns people off, but the conversation you guys are getting is the conversation we're having for the first time. Maybe that's a better way to say it. It's not about not planning, because clearly some thought went into this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But like you say, it's a matter of what moves us.
Yeah.
By the time it's time to shoot, man, which is in our favor, we can have all the plans in the world to talk about X, Y, Z, but then it's so real, it's so authentic that once something hit us,
gotta go.
Now turn the camera on.
Got to go.
What we got? I'm not going to even piddle-paddle around. We're going to go right to it because guess what? Per usual, guess who don't know what we're talking about today? Yeah. Today's topic is watch that mirror. Watch that mirror. And don't be harsh on yourself because I'm going all over the place with it today.
I believe you.
So does that mean anything yet?
I can tell you how it hit me based on my lens is sometimes I'll walk past the mirror and intentionally not look. Yeah. Because I don't want to see the reflection of where I am today. Right.
Okay.
And from an accountability standpoint, I've gone through phases where if I don't see it, it doesn't hit me as hard. It's like it's like not opening the mail doesn't make the bill not due.
Right. It just don't want that reminder that
chose not to look at it. So yeah, that's I'll stop there for that. Yeah.
Okay. Because again, I'm trying to narrow it down to 3, but one is watch yourself and don't be afraid to hold yourself accountable. And as cliche and generic as that sounds, it's going to be dealing more so with a person who always thinks that they are right.
Yeah. Ooh.
They disguise it with, I don't know everything. I'm not always right. However,
you the president. You the president smooth in this. I've never seen him be wrong according to him
about anything.
Nothing.
And so you would be surprised if you would take inventory of your surroundings, how many people operate in that, because the word narcissistic became overused in the last, I'd say, year or so. So now people shy away from calling it out when it's actually happening. So getting right to it, because again, we're going to apply this to dear son, watch that mirror.
Okay.
Because another portion of it is you can look at something and it's not exactly as it seems, because you look at something and at first glance in a mirror, it looks identical to what it's supposed to look or a certain way.
Yeah.
But if you add a certain element to it, put a word on the shirt, and if you look in the mirror now, it's backwards. So now you'll see you have to look for the fine print in the mirror, and it'll let you know if you're looking at the real thing or a duplicate.
So I'm gonna chill. I got to store it because another thought just popped in my head.
Come on, what you got?
When you said let's apply it to dear son, of course that should have been my first. It should have been in there with my first thoughts on it, but sometimes I'll stick with me because I got the research on me.
Yeah.
Certain parts of my life, I want my son to mirror. Like this whole podcast was about me establishing, I was about to say fine-tuning a relationship, but the relationship was shoddy at best with my son.
Right.
Because of things that I didn't want to address.
Right.
And it was somewhat mirror talk, things that I remember from my childhood, or I thought that he was going to follow in those steps like I did, a reflection of me. And at times they were, but most times they weren't.
Yes.
So I was assuming that he was going to reflect that part of my life and he wanted to live as I did in that part of my life, but it wasn't true. So thinking of in terms of our children being mirrors,
right,
which they are. If you want to know a lot about yourself, look at your kids.
Please
look at your kids.
Because it'll expose what you've exposed them to or not. Correct. You know what you've missed out on. So let's talk about, because the avenues that they're on right now, they're embarking on their next phase of life. Speaking of our oldest sons, right now, they're on the next phase of their lives. They're getting ready to be productive citizens out here in this economy, in this nation, in this world that we have. So the deception of things not being as they appear, the importance of our generation, when we were coming up, it was shared, as we talk about a lot. The elders would always say, go to school, get a degree, get a job, dedicate yourself to one company, retire, live your good life. Now that's not the tone anymore for most in this generation. So obviously we're embarking on, because we've shared a lot. D is getting into the trade field.
Yeah. This week.
Yeah. So the deception of a lot of conversations are being had that are trying to funnel this generation to one thing. Yeah. AI is it's not being received by some in the same way as others. Right. And what I mean by that is people are using fear tactics of that's going to wipe that out. That's going to wipe that out. That's going to wipe that out. As opposed to embrace it. It's here. Yep. Use it as an enhancement. It's not the thing. It's a thing to add to things you have. So I say all of that to say the conversations you're having with D going into the industry that he's entering into, his trade, AI doesn't threaten it, but it enhances it. It's a heck of an enhancement. So some of the conversations or motivations that come across your head that maybe you haven't even said yet, because you want to see how he's receiving to not affect his mirror, if you will, of the industry or the workforce. Do you think that there's more conversation to be had, or do you think, hey, let me sit back and let him roll a little bit before I interject and add some more pieces to it?
So I'm not inundating him with a lot of, have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? But I take him every day.
Yeah.
I take him and I pick him up. And even that is a thing. Like, I was more motivated to have transportation and to have my license. And so I am learning, and it's become a theme on the show, to not project or judge him where he is based on where I was. Because we're different people, different times. I never went through COVID. I never got comfortable just sitting in the house. That wasn't a thing. So there's that. So the benefit of driving him every day is having those conversations. On the way to school, I am challenging him to be the best that he can be in it. Right. Don't dial it in. Chat GPT, we had a quiz, interesting. Had a conversation about, on Friday, they have quizzes. So they don't have to physically go. They have a quiz that they have to take. And Keisha said, my wife, for those that don't know, said, you need to be studying. He's like, I'm going to make some study calls with Chat GPT. Funny, not funny, on point, but also let me dig at what the risk is.
Yes, sir.
Chat GPT isn't sitting in class with you. I want you to use Chat GPT to enhance what you're learning in the class and position you to do the best, in this case, on the quiz. Chat GPT is not going to help you touch on a wire today, right?
Yes.
So there is still a need for you to be on point so that you can use Chat GPT in an effective way. Like, that's the shift that I think most people are missing. And I'm glad you talked about, you shaped it up for the conversation of not embracing it.
Right.
At one time, that was not a calculator.
Correct.
You and I grew up with a calculator our entire lives.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And then there was software on a computer that, like, I know you did because you're a tad bit older than me, few years, depending on which birthday you remember in the moment.
No, I'm older than you. Yeah,
we are on the latter side of our 40s, both of us. We used to do long division.
Correct.
And you used to could find the square root. I can't do it today. Today you sit me down, tell me to find the square root of a thing that I don't know by memory.
Yeah.
But those things we had to do by hand.
Correct.
And they sold us on the value of doing that because that is what the test required. Today, maybe not so much, because the answer might be more valuable in how it plugs into a solution than you getting to the solution of this part of the answer.
That process.
Yeah.
Right.
This long division problem is going to take you 10 minutes to be 1/8 of the problem.
Not realistic.
I came out of corporate 3 years ago. That wasn't the focus.
No.
Right. So use all the tools that are available. Now, there's a value in knowing how a thing works. But to the point is, our conversation is, son, AI is not going to replace the physical effort that you're going into now. So I think it's safe in that regard. But you have to be mindful of the tools that are being generated. How is that going to actually enhance? Yes. So ChatGPT, and I know there's a few other ones. I'm just more familiar with ChatGPT. Is a value, is a shortcut, but the destination is still the destination.
It is.
You got to get there, and you got to understand how you get there. That's another thing. It popped in my head yesterday. I was like, thinking to myself, a conversation I should have vocalized. Do you know how to get to your school? You ride with me every day, and you look down and you look up and you're at the school.
Correct.
Well, we got maps. Sure. Certainly you do. But I don't want you to lose that need, that desire to actually know a thing for you, not just knowing where to access the answer to a thing.
I'm glad you said that, because that really, listen.
My wife too, but
wow.
Not to get anywhere.
We're gonna get you every chance we get. There are studies and discussions being had now about that very thing. Losing focus of and don't misconstrue what we're saying. This whole conversation isn't about AI. Right. It's about self-awareness. Check the mirror, keep yourself on par. And a big part of that is it's an enhancement. Speaking of AI, it's a tool. It's supposed to add to, not take away. Studies are showing now it's dumbing society down. Because if I can think my way through this issue, or I can just drop a prompt into the screen and it spits out the answer, our creativity is suffering from it. Our lack of problem solving, that's becoming an issue. So now these things that we can normally do, name 5 people and you know their phone numbers by heart, and not the ones that had the number when you were a kid, but
I couldn't call you if I needed you.
Post cell phone era. I couldn't even tell you the area code on your phone number. You see what I mean? Because there's so many within a metropolitan area.
You take it from wherever you were.
Correct.
Yeah.
You got your 832s and 713s and what have you, 214s. So because of there's multiple in an area, you haven't even dedicated the brain space to know how to actively get in contact with an emergency contact. Yeah. Should there not be your phone around that's stored and saved the number. Same about writing papers now. Same about communicating your thoughts to another person. You can't communicate human to human without bringing in the computer, bringing in the prompts, bringing in the AI, right? So because this issue is prevalent, the fear, the thing that society now speaks on, it fears, it's becoming a reality, and they're handing it over. It's not even a battle.
Yeah.
It's a surrender, because they're saying we're so heavily dependent upon it that I need you, don't walk away from me.
Yeah.
As opposed to fight back and keep yourself sharp enough in the mirror, because now we're assessing. You have to set some type of parameter to, how am I on this?
Mm-hmm.
How am I doing with this? Where am I on my trade? Where am I on my studies? Where am I on my social scale? Am I networking enough with people who are going to be decision makers once we get out here? Trade journeymen, this person in this trade, we're learning side by side. But maybe if they're networking harder than me, or they're looking at something else, or maybe they come from a long line of owners of entities in that trade, and this person is just here to learn the trade and slide off and do their own thing, going to be handed everything. Yep. Imagine if I'm rubbing elbows with this guy and we become close, and he like, hey, I want you to go in on this with me. I respect your work ethic. Let's go eat. Bring him along. You never know who you're talking to or who you're next to.
Yeah.
Same thing in school. Some people say, hey, you're paying all of this money to go to maybe one of the Ivy League schools, and perhaps the education is not the same. Those people aren't paying for education.
Yeah.
Those people are paying for accessibility. I need to be next to, rubbing shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow with possibly the next generation of decision makers. That way you're not necessarily questioning me about my merit or my work ethic. You've seen it indirectly because we're in the same course or we're on the same campus. So because of that, now I'm in the mirror making sure, am I making the biggest impact to my surroundings that I possibly can?
Taking advantage of your surroundings. Eat like the impact and what you're absorbing from it. That's one of the things that came up on social media, on an interview that Earn Your Leisure was doing on Shane's podcast, and they were talking about opportunities that they run into because they're in a certain space. The real opportunities are still in the room. The net AI will give you access to information and skills and a skill set and capabilities, but that networking piece is still a real thing. They were talking about there was an opportunity to invest in poppy soda, the probiotic or prebiotic, whatever the probiotic soda, like the healthier version of it. 3 years ago, somebody was telling them the story after the fact. They were in the room with the person, and the opportunity was presented to the person that passed on it. Said $250K. You get a group of people, you can be in this thing, $250K. Earlier this year, Pepsi bought it for like $3 or $4 billion. See? So the X on that, even if it was 5 people doing $50K each, was the example that they gave, the return would have been like $1.5 million per 50,000 that was in it. And that's because they're in rooms, they're engaging, they're networking. I understand the term, but I think it's overused. I'm not talking about networking in terms of calling a social gathering networking.
No,
I'm talking about, and I know you mean the same, like with intent.
Correct.
You're observing, you're offering value, you're looking to extract value in some kind of exchange, not just hanging around people.
Right.
So that is one thing that is concerning in terms of what the AI approach would do. Another piece of it is it all changes. Gave the calculator example. Every generation has had their thing that has impacted how things were done up until that point.
Yes.
Right. So the new technologies always coming to market. I think our generation may have seen the most changes within a generation. And our children, it might be 2 or 3x what we've seen. But the value is still in knowing, even just staying on ChatGPT, saying it's dumbing us down. It's dumbing us down by choice. And I think if it's dumbing you down, you were on a path to being that because of how you do it. Don't ask questions. The value is only as good as the prompt.
Correct.
So the challenge now is to get the better prompt faster, quicker, to get the better result. That still takes a skill.
It does.
If you put in there, hey, design me this thing, it'll design you a thing, but it's the thing solution it.
Yes.
So it's like coding.
It is.
You can, I don't want to tell my age, but when I was in coding class, you could put in whatever prompts that you want. It doesn't mean that it actually gives you value in return or that it actually works because you knew some string of code to put together, but not understanding how this piece works with this piece to yield this thing that's going to solve the gap that the company has or that you have, the challenge you have. So there's still going to be value in that and understanding how to use the tools that are coming to market. So those are the conversations that don't just be in class, being in class.
Right.
It's starting slow. He's an electrician, we cut some pipes today. He wasn't disappointed, but having been through a trade, I know you don't jump in and they don't hand you the welding torch.
No.
You might carry the scraps of metal and stack them up.
Correct.
Because when it's time for you to weld, you might appreciate how it's stacked or how they're, compartmentalized or in designated spaces. I need 316.
Yeah.
I don't want to mix with the copper because the reaction with the stick weld is going to be
because you've seen
it might hurt you.
Right.
It might hurt you. So those things, it's like, I know they're cutting pipes because they're going to use that when they go to build because it's going to shield the wires and things that are run. I've seen the setup.
Yep.
So don't think that there's a particular point where you have to start paying attention.
No, because now.
Yesterday.
Yeah. No shortcut.
Yeah.
Certainly. Which shifting a little bit into applying the importance of time stamping where you are in a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be too specific because I want it to apply to multiple areas of life. But I specifically want to talk about relationship and I mean like human interaction relationship, not necessarily your significant other, but I'm talking friends, family.
Yep.
Because we get into a mode of expectancy that life is or tomorrow's guaranteed, it's coming. And obviously over the last 2 weeks, I've personally witnessed 2 people being put to rest. You know what I mean? So now the conversations are being had about missed moments and missed opportunities. So the mirror on that, from that aspect, is assessing yourself within a relationship. Because I can honestly say, prior to these funerals, I had already told myself I was one conversation away from cutting some relationships off.
Ooh.
I'm going to reach out to, there's a list of certain people. Like, that's how intentional I was about it because of the type of friend or type of person I am.
Yeah.
Like I say, once you're in my circle, you're in my circle. And so we hold each other accountable. So I was like, hey, I need to sit down with this person and have a conversation. I have a lifelong friendship, which that in itself to some will say, so what are we talking about? You're thinking about severing a lifelong friendship? Not severing, but scaling as far back down as possible, which still shouldn't be a thing. But there were some movements that was taking place that I just did not agree with or didn't sit well with me to say, I'm so close to a person. So a lot of conversations are coming out that these billionaires, when they're in their last moments of life, one of their biggest regrets is cutting people off too quickly or severing meaningful relationships over whatever it is, because 10 years later, you don't even remember why you cut this special person out of your life in the first place. Yeah. So because of the weight that these people hold in your lives, whatever the phase of life that you or that person is in that's causing you guys to not be on the same page or as close or as interactive as you have been, the fact that you've known that that person is capable of being that meaningful to you in your life, that should hold enough weight for you to continuously work at it. And life is built on contradiction, right?
True.
There's things of don't do this, but you should do this. Like don't hurt a person, but protect yourself eye for an eye. It happens in the Bible. It happens in every day in our lives. So we have to actually look and assess when to be when. That's why it can't be so cookie cutter. It can't be machine-like. It can't be calculated. Well, statistically, I'm supposed to act this way with you now. It's deeper than that. The human emotion, the human interaction will never be extinct because it's going to constantly be needed. And when that's removed, we're in trouble.
Big trouble.
So I say that to go into, are we expressing the level of importance to our sons, our children, but our sons, of these people that you're interacting with right now in this phase of your life, these people that you're meeting and are about to meet, how seriously diligent you should be in really seeing who this person is, because you're potentially meeting your lifelong friends if it's the mirror of what we've done.
Right.
Because I know you have lifelong friends that you're still brothers with. I have the same. I've met you late in life, but now you're in that circle as well, my brother, you understand? So because we've moved that way and they've seen it, because they've seen these relationships, I would like to think they're just going to automatically replicate or repeat that thing, hopefully. So are we talking to them enough about the importance of don't let the small things ruin the great thing? You know what I mean?
No.
Not having.
My answer is no, because we had an episode a while ago talking about like what it would take to cut a friend off.
Mm-hmm.
But what it would take to be a good friend and evaluate your friends, I know I'm missing those conversations. Like I'll again, because of COVID, like those 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
and my kids were approached either in high school or coming like a year out from high school when it hit.
Yes.
Those are the times that I remember. So me personally, I went to small private schools. I think I said it before, all the way through 8th grade. And then when I got to high school, it was like, ooh, there's 1,500 people in one place. You know what I'm saying? I had, I was like, and that's not that I didn't have friends in private school, but the ones that you hear about on this podcast, that whatever conversation we have, and you talk about your boy and I talk about those are from people that came from high school.
Yes.
And I remember coming from a place where I lived in the same city, but I wasn't I wasn't in the sports circus. I didn't know none of them.
Right.
So it was like, it was interesting navigating my way and finding these people that I'm still connected with today. And like you just said, I assume that that's how it happened. Like that's how it happened for my parents. I'm sure that's how it happened for their parents. But when that space of time we were trapped in a house,
mm-hmm.
they didn't have to find their freedom in people, in interacting with people.
Right.
They found it in devices, which again, the device wasn't the problem.
No.
The device became babysitters for a lot of us, or distractions. And I know for a fact that I had conscious thoughts of, I mean, they ain't got nothing else. I mean, that's how they interact.
Right.
But how to actually, I'm starting to see my son's friends now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of been more like evaluating, because like my partners, my parents call their son.
Yeah, same.
They might show up and hit the snack drawer at the house without me.
Same.
Without me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like now, like my mom would hit me to like, Walt and Mark stop by. I ain't lived there in 15, you know what I'm saying?
I'm check on.
In a bunch of years. Yeah. Or I called them, they called me, they stopped by and all of that. I don't see that developing. Like I can't tell you who my son's 3 closest friends, and I know he probably has them.
Right.
I can recognize, but I don't know their story. Like the people that came for his birthday party, the people that went to prom with, I get it, but there's no daily interaction. Like I said before, like I don't know their parents to call them one to understand where that child came from.
Watch this.
I see the fruit, not the root.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. Watch it. That's why I say it's this platform, like we said, helping young boys, young men know now what we wish we knew then, and having these meaningful conversations. Dear Dad,
that part.
I guarantee Mom knows those things. I guarantee, because I know that's well, I'm gonna say in my household, I was the same way. Like I know some of these people now but she knew way before I did.
Right.
She started name dropping his friends, and I'd be like, who are you even talking about?
Right.
It's your son, best friend. You don't know who that is? Don't do that.
Please.
Don't do that to me.
Yeah.
So it made me start to pay attention. Like, okay, you heavily hanging with this person and this person, this person. I do need to be more vested and find out if this is where you spend the majority of your time. What do I think of this person's character based on what's being displayed to me when this person is around, right? So she has phone numbers to the parents. Find out she's having conversations with the other moms. So again, in each scenario, and these are 2-parent households of all these friends, another rarity for me because I didn't grow up around that. It wasn't prevalent. It was there. I don't want to, discredit those that had it.
Yeah.
But my experience, the majority of the young men that I knew, they came up in a single parent home. So now this era, everybody's in dual parent homes, but it's the wives communicating about what these young men have going on in their extracurricular activities. And the dads are defaulting into good. You're alive, you're eating, you got somewhere to sleep.
Yeah.
Bravo. And so now I feel like we're trying to encourage fathers to be more interactive, more engaging, more involved of the conversation. Like you said, your motivation for even inventing this platform is I want to have deeper and more involved conversations with my son.
Yeah.
I don't want the relationship to suffer or there not be a relationship beyond just, you good? Yes, sir. Good. We're done. So because of that, that's just to piggyback off what you said.
Yeah.
The next segment that I would love to go into kind of deals with that as well. The looking in the mirror or watching the mirror, a lot of times we'll take self-help as people and we take it and run with it. The biggest self-help that I think society has taken and run with is loving yourself. And I know that sounds ironic because one would say you can never love yourself too much. And you shouldn't. There's a healthy level of love for yourself, but there's always the danger of too much of anything is not good for you.
You don't make an idol of yourself.
Right. So now, again, going back to the intro, there are people that are so in love with themselves, they need to kind of divorce themselves a little bit. You're not open to help. You're not open to other ideas that would absolutely enhance what you have going on. You're not open to constructive criticism. Your wife can come to you and tell you, hey, I'll be transparent. We're transparent here. My wife on my head right now about my diet and my health. And I know it's coming from a great place, but
don't like
it. It frustrates me, but it frustrates me because it's a thing that is necessary that I'm not addressing properly.
Yeah.
So because I'm not addressing it properly, she's like, hey, I'm right here. What do we need to do? What's your next fitness goal? I didn't tell you I had a goal. What are you talking about? Exactly. So what is your next fitness goal?
Yeah.
Aggravate me in the moment, but hindsight, looking at it, I have to be more receptive to that because I need it. You know what I mean? Like I'm actively confiding in her and letting her know that it is a concern. It is something that I would love to do better and get deeper into and be consistent with and get over some ailments that are present right now. But I can't be so in love with my thought process that I'm not receiving her level of expertise. She does this for a living, man. She helps people get their lives together physically. You understand? So imagine being married to the source, but then when the source tries to give it to you for free, mind you, to an extent, and you offended, or you don't want to hear it, or you don't want to receive it. And okay, yeah, I'm on it. No, you're not, because if you were, we wouldn't be having this conversation. So I know that was a roundabout, but
right there with you.
Right, that's why I'm saying the message again. Trying to make certain we're not dropping the ball on sharing with our children the importance of be receptive. Don't That's the biggest struggle I had in school to this day is rough draft. Like I had a professor, he brought in a cart with probably 15, 20 books talking about rough draft. I was like, what the? So I'm talking last semester.
Right.
Wrote a little paper in class right now, jot down some ideas. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, brilliant. I'm killing this. He came over and he was like, this is a great first start. You getting this, buddy. You're getting this. He was like, oh, am I? Boy took that old pen out. He was like, okay, right here, where are you going to develop this? Man, think about that. He was like, no. He was like, never fall in love with your first anything. I was like, ah. I did 2 more versions of it. And when I looked at the third version versus the initial that I was in love with, it was basic compared to the third. So the importance of being receptive and divorcing yourself and receiving outside eyes and criticism, I struggle with that. I take it here and there. And I disguise it with, I don't know everything, which I don't feel like I do.
Yeah.
But when I'm convinced about a thing, I'm very convinced about a thing. That means you think you know everything to an extent.
Yeah.
What's your perspective on that?
Man, I agree. And I put up a post this week. Well, in the caption of the post, I was talking about the hardest part of being an artist is releasing your art into the world for public consumption and critique. That is why we were just talking about the documentary, right?
Yes.
There was some technical issues as well, but I'll be so convinced about a thing until I realize that thing has to be convincing to other people.
Yep.
And the part of it is, it's not necessarily about me being open to the fact that I'm wrong.
Right.
Is, do I really want to get into it with these people because they wrong about my thing that didn't strike them the way it struck me?
Y'all missing it.
How could it not strike you the way that it struck me? Because I crafted it to strike you this way.
Yes.
I could regurgitate, I could reinforce everything that you said about not falling in love with the idea of you, your idea of you. I'm going to offer an expanded perspective that I think is helpful is don't fall in love with other people's perspective of you, because that has been part of my challenge. D gonna figure it out. No, Ninja, I actually do not know. I don't know, and I don't think I can tell you because you keep saying I'm gonna figure it out. That's the consensus. Is that, nah, D gonna be straight. I am crooked. I am bit all the way up.
Right now.
In today, I have no clue how this thing is gonna work out.
Yeah. He'll
be fine. And though that's not their fault, I've accepted the narrative, or I was accepting of that narrative. So I won't even reach out. We didn't talk about it. I think my back surgery is from me taking the couch upstairs when you next door. I'm taking the couch upstairs by myself because my son didn't hear me calling him in his room. And if I'm gonna walk upstairs, I might as well walk upstairs with the couch. I ain't gonna make 2 trips. But that's my toxic thing is being, and it's hard work to a point where people perceive you that way, and that's great. But sometimes there are phases of life when you don't have the capacity to be that, but everybody expects you to be that. It's almost like you don't want to let them down is of more value than you actually getting the help, asking for the help that you need.
Wow.
That's the other side of the coin for me on that.
Right.
Yes, my wife asking, did you take your medication? What are we having for dinner? Like, I'm trying to why are we talking about the things that I'm not doing?
Squirrel.
All of us don't need to be concerned about the things that I'm not doing. I know I'm not doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing. Don't waste your worry on that. We got other things that we could worry about. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy to me.
And I know you're serious. I'm trying not to downplay this with laughter.
Serious.
But the idea of How dare you care this much about what I go out and get? Well, don't waste your worry on me. Put that somewhere else where
Because
it's more.
I always have it figured out.
This
Is the is the reputation.
yes. And right there,
Yeah.
think about that. This is who I am. This is my identity. Remember the identity episode?
So, the series.
My identity. Yeah. So that never goes away.
No.
These things never go away. And the more you find a way to not talk about it, you're enabling that very thing. Because sometimes that discussion is the thing that will help you redirect.
That's it.
Help you redirect.
I am king of not addressing the last 5% of a thing because of what that accountability brings being at 100% of a thing.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
I'll stay on the documentary thing. I've been 90% done with that documentary for a year and a half. In the last 10%, I negotiated in my mind. I want to do some more. I kind of want to elevate it, like, because when there's nothing left for me to negotiate to do, I have to release it.
There's no reason for me to hold it. But if 10% is not there, I'm wrapping it up.
Yeah, I'm close.
Yeah,
it be done this summer.
Yeah,
3 summers in a row.
Man.
Trust
Trust me. So these are the things that we have to focus on, because again, if we don't talk about it, we don't address it, then it continues to be that very thing. So because it's that thing, we're like, yeah. Like you say, if I don't open that bill, I don't have to face that negativity today. I'm the king of
do them all.
If I don't look at it, it's not happening.
It didn't happen.
And okay, here's another one. Twice that, and we finna turn that thing off.
Yeah. Like what?
So because I'm looking away, we're getting towards the back end, if you will, of the episode. So I had a recent experience. I'm not gonna name drop. I'm not even gonna say the relationship that the person has to me, but there was I was moving a certain way. And I wasn't available enough and there's 2 men involved. Mm-hmm. I wasn't available enough to this person, to this guy. And it bothered the person to the point where they stopped communicating with me. We talk all the time about how busy I am and how much I'm gone and how much I'm on the road and I'm rolling. But I went to the city that this person lives in, and I did not reach out to that person and tell them I was in town. Me and my very close, one of my closest brothers I have.
Hey, Travis is.
It's Travis. So listen, we might well drop the whole thing. My brother. Oh. No, I don't care. I don't care. We're here now. I don't care. So my brother. I have a brother. I have two younger brothers. One of them lives in.
To be clear, now you're actually going into it.
I'm going into it.
Okay.
I'm revealing. I'm telling.
Yeah, I ain't do that.
Yes, you did. I'm going. So I have 2 younger brothers, and I'm not gonna name drop him, but he know who he is. My younger brother that still lives in Houston. Me and Travis went out to a bar in Houston one night, and I ran into my little brother. I'm talking about we're our dad's son. We have the same dad. You understand? So I run into my younger brother. I almost said my baby brother, but I run into him in the bar, and Travis was like, "Ain't that?" I was like, "Man, that is broke." We embrace him, we hug him. Now he kicking it with us in the moment where we are, but it's almost like I saw a moment where it kind of hit him like, "You in town?"
Just by chance, yeah.
You know what I mean? So after that, I reached out, phone, text, calls, nothing. Like my brother wasn't taking any of my calls. So that went on probably, 8 months to a year. So recently we had I don't want to call it necessarily a tragedy, but a tragic event took place in the family. And so now that kind of forced us back into communication, which I didn't know we were out of communication. I knew something was going on because I hadn't talked to him. You know what I mean? So now he expressed to me like, hey man, I wasn't okay with finding out how close we are and you were coming to town and not reaching out to me. That affected me to hear him say that.
Yeah.
Like it really hurt me because I felt bad about it. I was like, man, you're right. I was like, man, I everything I could say and did say, it just don't matter.
Yeah.
It don't make it okay. Yeah, good for you. You're busy, you this, you that. But you found the time for you and your partner to be at a bar, but your brother right here, you ain't call me. Like, call me. Even, he was like, role reverse. Think about that. If I'm headed towards you, if I'm coming to Dallas, I'm calling you when I'm getting on the road. Even if my schedule tight, hey, meet me over here. Let me put my eyes on you. And I told him, I said, man, I really suck at that. And my brothers in Shreveport, Derek, Ryan, Marquise, these guys, Ryan in Miami, but all of these guys, as I did a self-inventory, and as I noticed, I've become that same guy with all of these people. My biological brothers, my extended brothers, I'm going to their cities and I'm so busy that I'm not going by and see the kids. I'm not going to see the wife. I'm not going to see the newborn baby. My partner just had a baby in the last 6 months to a year. I think the baby finna be a year old. And I've been to the city twice. Didn't hit my mind to stop what you're doing. Go over here. Spend time fellowship. My partner came here from Miami with his kids and they were on the go. And I'm so on the go here in my own hometown, I didn't stop for a moment to pull up on them.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all come. My schedule tight. I thought I was going to be able to come by the house, but I'm over here and I'm getting ready to go up to Plano. I'm trying to catch you while I'm on this side of town. Can you just pull up? I was like, man, we just got over here. I'm actually in Fort Worth, but we coming back. He was like, okay, I'll catch you next time. Again, this on me.
Yeah.
But I'm frustrated about things that they have nothing to do with. I created this environment and my schedule that I've allowed to consume my time like that. And at the end of the day, when a lot of this stuff, this juggling that I'm doing, when everything settles and I feel like, okay, this is my breathing point, at what cost? But what happened to these relationships though? Because what if now everybody's like, hey, how you doing? Glad y'all good. Because we'll always be cordial, but you're sacrificing that intimacy, that closeness of a good friend, of a good relative, of your family that actually care about you and cut for you. We missing out on that part. We so busy chasing money and opportunities, and the money gonna be there. And if it's not, oh well. If society as we know it comes to a screeching halt tomorrow, do you have loved ones and people and friends that y'all can bond together, and that's your village now,
right. And
now we're gonna provide for each other when the money is gone. You see what I mean?
Yep.
So
yeah, I had a conversation with one of my partners, Mike. Since
yeah,
doing it, and he hit me yesterday, and him, my other partner, Vernon, was in V dude. Nasty, D-man. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Was sitting there and we just started kicking it. When I saw his name, the thing is, when I saw his name, I didn't know what to think because we don't talk enough or regular. So it's like when you start seeing, like when there's distance, not that there's beef,
right?
But it's like, oh, what? Yo, man, we were sitting here thinking like, he said, man, what happened prom night?
Run with it.
I was like, bro, I won't post. He said, I thought because he ended up having to take me to my date house to get her car. All of us walked out together. All of us walked out. I said, you go check the other episode. It might be linked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But, the story.
Car got repossessed. It wasn't my car. It was my parents' car. I wasn't supposed to have it there. I wasn't supposed to be there at all. Just it's the quick synopsis of it.
Don't do Mr. Johns like that. The bank didn't repossess it.
No. It says my parents' car.
Okay.
My parents came and fair.
Please.
My parents came and got their car.
Okay.
Yeah, that could have been.
There you go.
That could have been
Okay.
misconstrued. But we all came outside and I was like, you notice I won't. He's like, yeah, we were just sitting talking like you won't tripping or nothing. It's like, no, it's gone. it's
carry on.
Go find that episode.
Yeah.
But the point was, it was just we kicked it for about 45 minutes on the phone. Just like, man, was that you? I was like, yeah, because we was, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And he was like, man, I'm so proud of you, man. I was about to take my son to school. He's like, yo, I meant to hit you that day when I saw it.
Yeah.
And it was reassuring that, like, I don't know about you, but like it means something for my boys to be proud of, like my brothers to be proud of me, to see me.
It does.
To be proud of me. He was like, man.
It means a lot.
He was like, yo, when you said your son was going to trade school and you supporting, he was like, I knew you was a different person. And I wasn't even thinking about it like that, but I have, because he was like, man, for you, everything was college. Like you were so focused on getting in your career. And I couldn't imagine you not like you allowing your children to be or not putting that pressure on, because I can't force them.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can coerce them enough to where they feel like they're obligated to.
Certainly.
But it was good to hear that. And then the conversation, at the end of the conversation, he's like, man, you gonna make it to our 30-year reunion? This is 2 years from now. 2 years ago is never that far back. 2 years forward always seems like it's forever.
It does, but it's not.
But the reality is, whenever I've been home, I've gotten accustomed to not seeing people.
Guilty.
Not seeing them. And that's just the way it is.
Yes.
Like, and we moved, and some people come to visit, we'll get those, and some people should come to visit because they said it was coming to visit. That part. Pew, pew. If you felt it was for you. If you felt it was for you.
Across the head.
Mission
Travis.
That part.
Last time that boy been to Dallas, but I don't want to hijack the story.
That I could name.
Yeah.
I ain't going to name it now because we're going into football season, and half of them take it. Half of them really take it.
Ooh.
Like, did you see the, side note, did you see the reel about the guy that gave his wife a letter talking about not a temporary separation, but a temporary reduction in duties?
No.
From September to February or something. Had the whole thing, had her read it. And before I could hit my partner, he was in the comments. I was like, I was waiting. I was going to send it to you. Anyhow, but like, I've done a poor job of not seeing people, not letting people know that I need them.
Yeah.
Even if it's just to hear me out. Like, it's a lot of stuff I don't say outside of my head.
Yeah.
And like sometimes some of these things I just need to say outside of, get it off and let whatever come back, even if it's nothing.
Yeah.
So why you feel like that? Because I don't ask myself that. Why would I ask myself why I feel like this? I came up with the feeling.
I can't.
It had to be right.
And I'm going to reinforce it.
It had to be right.
It had to be. It came from me.
If me up until now came up with this, I don't have nothing better than this in me. So don't ask me why I came up with this. Okay.
Or I wouldn't be here.
I'm giving you my best, people, at all times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big guilty. Guilty.
So, moral of the story across the episode is self-awareness. Yeah. Good or bad. Too much of anything is not a good thing. But self-awareness. So, being more intentional, hear that word a lot on our platform, more intentional of the stories and lessons in our head, making it out and into our children's ears so that they can build on it, because obviously this is your floor.
Yeah.
So you got anything else for the good people as we wrap up?
I don't have my book handy because we switched the studio around. And that's just an excuse, and that's the best excuse I had, people. That's what I came up with on the spot. But Dear Son, 20 Life Prompts to Facilitate Effective Parenting. The orders are ordering.
Yes.
There may or may not have been a commercial in this episode. I've been thinking about that. You might have seen it. I might be reinforcing, or this part might be cut out. You never know because I'm editing. And I might leave it in for effect. But that book is available. My wife's book, Chocolate Princess, Volume 1. Very well illustrated, very well written. Get your young scholars, your young ladies, 5 to 15, get them on the tablet for a couple hours. Let them read a book.
Please and thank you.
Let your grandma read it to them.
Yeah.
Your grandma, whoever. All that's available.
A lot of people have been inquiring about the Dear Son shirts.
Oh, that part.
The Dishon Network
that part.
Shirt coming soon. Somebody got theirs on, but I don't have one yet. But it's coming. I put my request in. I'm right there with the people. I put my request in. It made it known.
I apologize, my brother. I gotta get it off. I gotta get it off first.
It's okay.
That's a toxic trait.
It's okay.
If you came up with a design, I would get it. Quite possibly, but I probably would have printed it for me first. Quite possibly. But I'm saying it on camera, so
yeah. So next couple episodes, y'all will see me in the Dishon Network shirt as well. But I say that to say the shirts are available for sale. They are available for purchase.
Link below.
And so the link will be in the bio as well, or below. See how I'm catching this new jargon. See me? So without further ado, I had one more, but I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold it. So
how you gonna remember it?
I finally heard a clip song that I enjoyed.
That's staying in. Which one, boy? You don't know?
Far Ahead.
Yeah.
Is that on the new album though?
And then just behind.
With Pharrell?
Yeah.
That's on the new album?
They'll know what it is when I'm on it.
You ain't got to sing it. Is that on the new?
Once they catch up, I don't want it.
But you know what's crazy?
So far ahead, then just behind.
I only like one of the verses in there,
Behind.
I like the hook and I like one of the verses.
You can't see it from where you're sitting.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
It's Far Leather.
We'll see y'all on the next episode.
So
Peace.
far ahead, ninjas behind.
Oh, that's terrible.
All you had to do is give it a chance.